Welcome to another episode of Remember the Great Sports NBA 2K20 roster edits. Today we're going to be going over the New Orleans/Utah Jazz all-time roster. Well, I'm just going to put this out there. This is going to be a very short and sweet video. I don't have a lot of additions and subtractions. I just have one. I would have to say that this is probably one of the best stock rosters on NBA 2K20 because they just did an excellent job with getting all the all-time greats on this team captured on this team. So I'm just going to go through this and show you the stock roster. Then I'll show you the starting lineup, which there's not going to be a lot of changes. So Hall of Famer John Stockton at point guard, power forward Karl Malone, pistol Pete Maravich at your shooting guard, Adrian Dantley, small forward, and Mark Eaton at your center. There's your starting five. You couldn't ask for much better in the history of the Utah Jazz. So moving on the bench you got Andrei Kirilenko, AK-47 himself, Rudy Gobert as your backup center. You got Gordon Hayward, who had some very good years with the Jazz. Carlos Boozer, who played some very formidable years with the Jazz as well. Darrell Griffith, shooting guard. You know, good three-point shooter, high flyer, dunker out of the University of Louisville. Great seasons with the Jazz. Truck Robinson. New addition to the all-time Jazz, Donovan Mitchell, which I would say over his first two seasons in the league, he has definitely earned his spot on the all-time Jazz, averaging over 20 a game. And he was probably well on his way to averaging well over 20 a game this upcoming season as well until the season ended. North Carolina State Wolfpack great Thurl Bailey at your power forward / small forward position. Jeff Hornacek. Paul Millsap, power forward. And so the only person that I'm recommending to delete off this team, and you can go either way with this. You can either go with Paul Millsap, which I actually leave on the team, because as you can see, he spent a lot of years with Utah before moving on to Atlanta. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 seasons with Utah. So I leave Paul Millsap alone, and I delete Truck Robinson. And the only reason I delete Truck is, as you can see, he only spent a year and a half there. But that year and a half was awesome. The year that he was with Utah, he had a career year, averaging 22 a game and 15.7 rebounds a game, which that is awesome coming off the bench. Now, the only reason that I'm getting rid of that person, Truck Robinson, is only because he was there 1 year and a half. That's the only reason. If he was there a little bit longer, Truck Robinson would have Paul Millsap off this list. So, again, this is your discretion. You could either drop Thurl Bailey, you could even drop Jeff Hornacek, but you have to drop one of these four guys to make room for the guy that I'm about to show you. And we'll just jump right to that right now after we go through the starting lineups. Alright, so I'm going to mow through these starting lineups because I pretty much already told them to you. John Stockton, point guard, Maravich, shooting guard, Dantley, small forward, Karl Malone, power forward, Mark Eaton, center. That's right out of the box, your stock starting lineup. So Rudy Gobert, backup center. Andrei Kirilenko, backup power forward / small forward. Gordon Hayward, backup small forward. Darrell Griffith, backup shooting guard. And this is the guy that I add to the team, Deron Williams. Deron Williams was on previous installments of the NBA 2K series. However, I can't find somebody that was a better backup point guard to John Stockton than Deron Williams. Deron Williams, great player for many seasons for the Jazz, also for the Brooklyn Nets, New Jersey Nets, whatever they call themselves nowadays. But you have to have Deron Williams as your backup point guard. He belongs on the all-time Jazz team somewhere. And again, like I said, that can be at the expense of deleting some of those guys that I talked about, like Millsap, Hornacek, Bailey, or Truck Robinson. In this case, I chose to go with Truck Robinson, even though his overall rating is higher than Paul Millsap. Truck only played there for a year and a half, so I give Millsap the nod for spending 7 seasons with the Jazz. And overall, I really don't think it really matters, and you know, you may disagree with me on this, because even leaving Thurl Bailey on the roster, if you left Truck Robinson on there over Thurl Bailey, or even dropping Hornacek and Millsap aren't even suiting up, and Thurl Bailey gets 0 minutes on this roster. So, again, as much as I hate to leave Truck Robinson off, one of those 4 has to go for Deron Williams. So who's this team coached by? Jerry Sloan. This is a horrendous picture of Jerry Sloan. Like I've mentioned in previous videos, you don't have a lot to work with. So this has been my Jerry Sloan picture every year for the last few years, and hopefully they throw something together, you know, where we have better images in 2K21. So hopefully you agree with my roster. This is a shorter video. It's always up for debate how you want to make your roster, and I hope you enjoy my NBA 2K20 videos, and I look forward to your comments below.